The three minds. You are not a biological water pump.
We're jumping right into today's commentary. This time, we are going to dive deep into a genuinely fascinating piece of material shared by the Buddha Dhamma Association of Australia. This document records a profoundly deep dialogue between the master and his disciple, unpacking the universe and the ultimate nature of our innermost minds. Now, you might be thinking, wow, that sounds way too abstract. But trust me, it won't feel that way at all. Why? Because this master is an absolute wizard at using metaphors. He uses highly relatable, modern concepts to deconstruct what we call the journey of the true mind's operation. Ready to have your worldview completely flipped upside down? Let us begin. Let us kick things off with a soul-piercing question. Is this world you are seeing with your eyes and touching with your hands truly solid? Or is it merely a manifestation? The text shares a very interesting example. In Buddhism's ultimate pure land, the ultimate paradise, the singing birds, fragrant flowers, clear streams, and lotus blossoms do not actually exist in a physical sense. They are like custom projected educational holograms designed specifically to help a certain level of sentient beings understand and feel the teachings. Doesn't this sound a bit like the Matrix? To make these deep concepts easier to digest, I've broken down today's content into 5 core keys. The illusion of reality, the computer screen metaphor, defining the 3 kinds of minds, navigating the dark ocean, the serenity of Nirvana. The illusion of reality. The material presents a crucial foundational premise: all things are merely projections of the mind. This means that whether it is the highly revered Buddhas, ordinary people like us, the mountains, rivers, and earth outside, or even the vast, starry galaxies, everything is projected by the mind. In other words, your mind is actually the ultimate holographic projector, broadcasting the entire universe you are currently experiencing. The computer screen metaphor. This is where it gets really interesting. To explain this concept, the master uses a brilliant modern metaphor: a computer screen. Think about it. The screen itself represents the unchanging, fundamental underlying reality, and the content displayed on the screen. That is the world we see. Whether your screen is currently showing a magnificent, solemn statue of the Buddha, a terrifying horror movie, or just boring lines of computer code, the screen itself never changes. Right, the screen is the image, and the image is the screen at their core. There is no difference between them. So, where is the catch? The difference lies in how we interact with this reality. Look at the Buddha mode on the left. He acts like a top-tier software engineer. He fully understands the underlying logic of the source code. He enters the correct commands, so he perfectly manifests the exact results he wants. But what about the sentient being mode on the right? That's us. We are like someone who knows absolutely nothing about computers, typing randomly on the keyboard, driven entirely by raw emotion. As a result, the system suffers a massive crash. Everything goes wrong. And then we get furious about it. A massive chunk of the suffering in our lives stems from the simple fact that we don't understand the operating rules of the system. Defining the 3 kinds of minds. If you want to understand the system, you must first understand the 3 different types of minds. The physical heart, the flesh and blood heart. Put simply, this is the organ thumping away in your chest. The text states very bluntly that this is nothing more than a biological water pump inherited from our parents, responsible for pumping blood throughout the body. It is merely a temporary piece of hardware we borrow while we are alive. It is absolutely not the real you. The evaluating mind, the thinking mind. This is your everyday consciousness, the mind you are using right now to listen to me and think. Every day it receives an influx of data through your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. Then, the brain constantly sits there judging: is this good? Is that person right? Man, I have terrible luck today. This mind that continuously generates chaotic judgments and conscious discriminations is the evaluating mind. It is not a physical organ, nor is it the non-stop chatter of random thoughts in your head. It is the truest, never-changing, inherently luminous source. It perfectly reflects and manifests all of reality. Yet it is never altered by that reality. This is the real you. This ultimate spiritual mind has a few mind-blowing characteristics. It can mix with all the vastly different things in the world yet remain completely unadulterated. It transcends the timelines of past, present, and future. It is like a mirror that carries its own light source, naturally illuminating everything. It does not increase in a sage, nor decrease in an ordinary person. This means even if you attain sudden enlightenment and become a Buddha today, it won't grow any bigger. And if you hit rock bottom and completely lose yourself today, it won't shrink either. It is always perfectly present just as it is. 4. Navigating the dark ocean. Understanding this leads us into our fourth part, which vividly describes our miserable state when we fail to see the truth. The master compares our unconscious cycle of birth and death to swimming in a pitch-black ocean where you can't even see your own hand in front of your face. Imagine the first step of this state: you are flailing wildly in deep. Everything around you is dead silent. Because it is so dark, you can't even feel that it is the water pushing against you. You don't know the patterns of the undercurrents, so you can only grope blindly forward in fear and the unknown. Then comes the second step: you are groping around in the dark. And by sheer luck, you suddenly grab a delicious piece of cake. You think, wow, this is amazing. The good life is finally here. This is the ultimate secret code to life. We often do this, getting incredibly arrogant and self-satisfied over occasional strokes of good luck in life, thinking we have completely mastered our destiny. But right after that, the third step hits. You keep groping forward in the dark, and the very next second, you grab a hedgehog. Your hand is covered in blood, and you scream in agony. How do we usually react? We start complaining. Of course, we blame our parents, blame our boss, and blame God for being unfair to us. We just keep blindly grabbing at things in the dark like this. When we get hurt, we do nothing but shift the blame onto the entire universe. There is a line in this text that struck a profound chord with me. Sentient beings desperately guard a single bubble, completely unaware that the entire vast ocean belongs to them. This is truly shocking, isn't it? This is our tragedy. We pour all of our energy into protecting this tiny, fragile physical body, which is just like a small bubble in the ocean. For the sake of this little bubble, we fight others tooth and nail, completely forgetting that our true nature is actually the boundless, infinite ocean itself. Ooh, the serenity of Nirvana. So, how do we escape this dark ocean? In stark contrast to that suffocating, pitch-black sea, the master describes reaching the realm of Nirvana as basking comfortably under the cool, bright light of an autumn moon in a cloudless sky. It is a state of supreme comfort that transcends all the fleeting pleasures of the world. Under this pristine moonlight, you finally see the true face of the entire ocean. You never have to go blindly again. How do we actually achieve this? The master outlines 3 concrete steps. Shut down. You must first power down, shutting down those sensory illusions in the thinking mind that constantly interfere with you. Experience joy. Once this noisy machine is turned off, you will experience the pure, ultimate joy of Nirvana. Return to the world, but beware, your journey absolutely cannot stop there. The third step is the real highlight. You must return to this world to help others. Conclusion. To close today's commentary, I want to throw out a highly disruptive perspective from the material for everyone to ponder. Why is it that after attaining Nirvana, if you choose to just stay there and enjoy that ultimate bliss, it is considered creating demonic karma, demonic work?
The master emphatically stresses that if you have awakened, yet you only care about enjoying that supreme bliss for yourself, refusing to return to this world to pull out those who are still drowning in the dark ocean, then you are not a Buddha at all. You are walking into the path of a demon. True awakening is invariably accompanied by endless action and boundless compassion. Does this powerful perspective completely shatter your preconceived notions about spiritual cultivation and liberation? Hopefully, today's share has brought you some brand new inspiration. I'll see you next time.